Have you ever wondered how children are experiencing new technologies like apps, games, interactive websites? And if you did so, how did you know children were having fun, or that they felt frustrated, why they were enjoying themselves? Well, what at first sight may seem very simple questions to answer become actually very challenging when you really want to research it and empirically measure it. In this presentation, I will look back at my research with young children, and I will introduce to you three methods that I've either developed or tested to do user experience research with children. And the first one that I'm introducing to you is a smiley-o-meter, and this may look familiar to you. The smiley-o-meter is actually a Likert scale in disguise, and it can be used to quantify overall product liking, to measure the degree of disliking or liking at a particular moment. However, as it is a momentary measurement and it captures how children feel at a particular moment, it cannot yet reveal how children's experiences with a piece of technology evolve over time. And to capture that, we developed and tested the Memo Line. The Memo Line is a visually aided retrospective verbalization instrument that can be used to understand children's users' experiences with digital technology over time. And it focuses on what children remember as opposed to what they feel at the moment. And these memories are important because they are likely to guide future behavior. How does it work? Well, actually, what you see here is a timeline, and it can be personalized depending upon the time frame under investigation, but also it can be personalized depending on what is relevant to the child. For instance, you can add holidays or certain hobbies depending on the time frame. Secondly, the instruction goes that the child is asked to annotate it, to color in green zones when they were having positive experiences and red zones when they were having a bad time and when they felt frustrated. Also, children are asked to describe very shortly what made a change in emotions in the balance, or what they considered as a peak in particular experiences. When you do this exercise remotely, children, when they can, they're asked to write down some things. You can also use or consider the use of stickers. But it is important that afterwards it goes with an interview where you can probe for more clarification and this way get an in-depth understanding. However, what we see is that often in interviewing children about their motivations to use something or not to use something, children mention things that are at a superficial level, at the product attribute level. For instance, they say, because it's all pink, or they say because they like a particular piece of technology because of the character featured in that on that website, for instance. There does exist a technique that allows us to move beyond these product attribute levels and to study these answers as they are a means to an end. And this is the lettering technique. And the lettering technique resides on means and theory, which links actually people's preferences for a particular product to something they desire in life and something they care about. So in other words, when children mention, for instance, some usability issues or some interface aspects as an explanation for why they prefer a particular piece of technology, the in-depth one-on-one lettering interview asks several why questions to get to understand why it is that this particular product attribute is so important. And this way we get to know what kind of consequences they value. For instance, whether they engage in the interaction with technology, it's because of friendship, because of the pleasure, the challenge, because of the self-control. And this way, actually, this in-depth lettering interview can be used to understand preferences as a selection of product attributes that are instrumental to achieving desired consequences. And theoretically speaking, with children, it's often more difficult for them to explain it literally, to also understand how it fulfills important values. So I hope that by having explained to you these three methods, that I'm triggering you to do some user research with children yourself. And if you do so, do not hesitate to contact me if you have any suggestions on how to improve the methods or any ideas for new methods yourself. I thank you.